absolutely amazing quality. And as you can see on here, I've got the apron, and I really love it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are well and I hope you guys are staying safe. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draft your own sleeve pattern. I'm going to take you from the beginning, how to take the measurements, and I'm going to take you all the way to drafting the pattern. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely keep watching. However, before we dive right into that, I just wanted to say a quick hello to you guys, all my OGs. Welcome back. I hope you guys are well and I hope you guys are staying safe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being a part of this family. Thank you so much for the support. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Ayatollah, the creative director of So Unique by Adunni, and the content creator of this channel, DIY with So Unique by Adunni. And this channel was created just for you, to teach you loads of sewing crafts that you can do from the comfort of your home. So a couple of housekeeping things. If you don't know, we have a sewing class in person in London in August, and yeah, the dates are tentatively August 5th and August 11th, I believe, or August 12th. And it's going to be a sewing workshop where we learn how to make different types of skirts, and it's for £65 only. So if you're interested in that, definitely use the link in the description box for payment. We have limited slots available, so make sure you enroll if you're interested. Now, the second thing as well is I have a membership on this channel, and all the members, they get certain exclusive videos. So if you're thinking, looking to learn a little bit more about sewing and you want like a bit more exclusive content, definitely consider being a member. And all you have to do is click the channel membership. I'll leave a video on how to find that, but again, like I said, you can just be a member of this channel, and then that way you pay a little bit every month, but you learn a lot and the value outweighs what you pay. So like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draft a sleeve pattern, but before we do that, we need to take measurements, right? Or else what are we doing? So I've got my assistant here today. It's the Monica comfort set, and this is from Royal Dress Form. Absolutely amazing quality. And as you can see on here, I've got the apron, and I really love the apron because it has like all the things that I need. So I've got like my measuring tape here, I've got a pair of snips here. I literally just pop things out of every pocket. I just know that it's in one of the pockets somewhere. I've got like my paper scissors here because I'm going to be working with pattern. I've got some markers here, and I just really like how the apron is absolutely handy. It's a dressmaker's apron. I really love it because I don't have to keep going back and forth to get stuff. I literally just have everything that I need here. Now, one important thing is, if you don't know how to take a full body measurement, I have a video showing you guys how to take a full body measurement. And if you haven't seen that video already, go ahead and click the link in the description box and in the icons above, right? I've linked that already. I show you guys how to take a full body measurement. However, for this, I'm only going to be focusing on the measurements that you need for a sleeve, and it's not a lot of measurements. So please go ahead and watch that video. Now, when you're taking a measurement for your sleeve, the best way to take the measurement for the sleeve length is when the hand is is stretched out, so essentially in this position. And that's why, because you find out when you take a measurement in this position, you start from here, you find out that it is slightly longer than when you take it while the hand is like this, because like this, the hand is in a relaxed position. So when you're taking a measurement, you take it like this, and I show this in that video. However, Monica is going to try today if she can do that. I don't know if she's in the mood, but we'll see. But before we get into that, one of the things I love about this mannequin is you could get a head if you wanted to. This has got an arm, you could get a leg, you could get an extra arm, you could get some more paddings. Absolutely amazing. I will be reviewing this mannequin in another video, so look out for that video if you're interested in getting one. And they've got loads of others as well. But like I said, I'll leave a link to their store in the description box, as well as their Instagram account, so you can check them out. Absolutely worth it. Really fast shipping as well. Okay, so when you're taking the sleeve length, like I said, don't take your sleeve length this way. No, because you don't get the true nature, right? What you want to do is you want to take it from here, and then you want to have this at the waist, okay? And then you follow the curve that is made, and you find out that your measurement is longer. So taking the sleeve length like this here, I have 59 centimeters. However, if I took the sleeve length just like this, I have only about 58. However, I have to say that because this is a dress form, it would not be, as much as it's very true to form, it would, that is there because of the bone and the elbow. You don't get it as accurately as you would. Okay, so now that's that. You go ahead and take the sleeve length, you record that. The next thing you want to take is your bicep measurement, okay? You take your bicep measurement, and all you have to do is put your measuring tape around the fullest part of the arm. On the mannequin, it's been outlined for you. So again, this dress form is very useful because it has the outlines for you to use. Go ahead and take that measurement by doing this, and then record what you have. So on this, I have a measurement of 31 inches and 31 centimeters, my bad, centimeters. So go ahead, take that, record that as well. If you want, you can go ahead and take the next measurement. You can go ahead and take the elbow circumference. However, for a pattern, you don't particularly need that. The next circumference you want to be taking is your wrist measurement, okay? And then a dress form is fairly easy to take that because it's just 20, because there are no hands. However, when you're taking out your human self, one thing you need to be conscious about is you want to position your arm like this. So I hope you can see it, right? Because when you're taking your hands out of a shirt, unconsciously you do that, right? Now, if I took my wrist measurement and I took it fitted like this, okay, one thing you will see is I have about, if I took it like, you know, as I should, I have about 19 centimeters. However, when it's time to get it out, it is a nightmare. So if I do this, what you do is you keep wiggling until it comes out at ease. So I can wiggle, and I find out that at 21 I can possibly still get it out, so I will go with 21. Again, this is not video that I asked you to watch, so make sure you watch that video right after this one, okay? Right, now after taking the bicep and the sleeve length measurement, another core measurement that I recommend that you take is, you also, I mean, for some people they take the bicep length measurement, however I don't need it. Now the next measurement you want to take is the front armhole and the back armhole. This you can take on the body or you can take on the pattern. I recommend taking that on the pattern, and I'll show you how to. However, if we're going to do it on the body, this is what you will do on the body, okay, like that for the front armhole circumference, and you do the same thing for the back armhole circumference. So you need your front armhole circumference, your back armhole circumference, your sleeve length, the bicep length, as well as the wrist. And when you have all these measurements, we are literally good to go. So are you ready? Let's start.
As mentioned earlier, to start off, you want to go ahead and get your body's pattern. And like I said, the best way to measure the armhole is to do it on the pattern. So go ahead and measure the armhole as shown. Now you'll notice that I'm placing the measuring tape around the armhole, and I'm doing it kind of like with the measuring tape sitting straight, so it's not laying flat. And it's important to do this so that you can get like accurate measurement. If you also have a flexi ruler, it's also great. So I've written the back armhole measurement on the back piece and the front armhole measurement on the front piece as well. Now what I'm doing is literally just cross-checking that I've got the right measurement. So you want to make sure you cross-check your measurements as well. Now that I'm happy with the measurement, you want to go ahead and put this away. Make sure you take note of the measurements you've just taken. Now you want to grab yourself another piece of paper. Make sure that it's wider than your bicep measurement, and the piece of paper, you want to go ahead and start by ruling our top line. Again, this is just so that you kind of know where you're starting from. So for me, I'm starting from the second line that I've just drawn, and after ruling the second top line rather, you want to go ahead and square it all the way down to the end of the paper. So as you can see, I'm using pencil first, and that's because I needed to check that my measurement was accurate. It was a good thing that I checked because it was not necessarily straight. After confirming all measurements, you want to go ahead and then, rule that straight down like I said earlier. So this is me going in with my marker just to make sure that the line is bright and bold for you guys to see. Where the vertical line meets the horizontal line, you want to label that point A. So at the top, you want to go ahead and mark point A. And the next thing you want to do is, starting from point A, you want to go ahead and mark your total sleeve length. Now at this point, your sleeve length is the long sleeve length that you took. So when you mark that, you want to square that out horizontally, and then you want to label that as point B. That would also serve as the wrist part. So go ahead and label it wrist if it helps you as well. Next, you want to find the cap height using the formula on the screen. So that's front armhole plus back armhole divided by 3. I've gone ahead to find out what that is. So the front armhole and the back armhole, and I divided the total by 3, and I've gone ahead to mark that starting from A. After marking the cap height, go ahead and square out the line that you marked or the point that you mark, and this point will be our bicep. So you basically have a horizontal line that will be labeled bicep. So again, the cap height is a third of the armhole circumference, and the armhole circumference is formed of the front armhole and the back armhole joined together. Now the next thing to do is to measure your elbow length, and for that you want to find the difference between the bicep line. You want to find the midpoints, not the difference. Midpoint from the bicep to the wrist line, right? After finding the midpoint, you want to go ahead and mark your points, and that will be your elbow. You want to square it out as shown. So again, the elbow is found midway between the bicep and the wrist line. If it helps, you can go ahead and label the points. So the top line that we started from is point A, the wrist point is B, the bicep point is C, and the elbow point is D. Next, on the bicep line, go ahead and mark your bicep measurement, and you want to do that so that you have it equally to the left and to the right. So starting from C, mark half of the bicep measurement to the left and half to the right, and then go ahead and label appropriately. So I've labeled it E and F because I find that it helps me. Go ahead and connect the line to lines E or the point E to A and F to A. So whether you decide to use labeling or not, you get the point. You want to connect this to the beginning or to the top so that you have like a bit of a triangle. Now the next thing you want to do is on the wrist line, you want to mark half the wrist measurement to the left and half the wrist measurement to the right again. If it helps labeling, go ahead and label, but if you find that it confuses you, ditch the labeling. Now after marking the wrist point, you want to go ahead and connect the whole thing. So basically I did a line from G to E and a line from H to F, and then I went ahead to label the elbow point as I and J. Right now this is what it looks like, right? And the sleeve, the basic part of the sleeve is now drafted out. Now you want to go ahead and measure the slant lines at the top, so that's line A to E and line AF on this pattern, and then you want to divide that line into 4 parts, equal parts, right? So whatever the measurement that you have, if the measurement was 10 for instance, you have 2.5 centimeters at each point. So go ahead and divide line AE and line AF into 4 equal parts. So basically you'll be marking 3 points, right? And then go ahead and label the parts. In this case I labeled them KLM, and obviously in the other side as well I went ahead to label them appropriately. At this point, there's no difference between the left side of the pattern and the right side. Go ahead and label which side you want to be the back and the front. However, for me, I want the left to be the back and then the right to be the front. So I've gone ahead to label, and this is where it's important, where you need to start marking out. Now at point K, or the first point of the back, you want to hollow by 1 centimeter. So you want to mark 1 centimeter in, and then at point K, which is the second point on the back, you want to raise it by 0.5 centimeters. So basically you want to mark half a centimeter out, and then the third point of the back piece you want to go ahead and raise it by 1.5 centimeter as shown on the screen as well. So again you want to mark 1.5 centimeter out. Right now, after marking all these points, and as you can see, I use like my black marker so you guys can see the difference. I went ahead to label it as well so you can see. So some of them went in and then some of them went out. The first one went in and the other ones went out. Moving on to the front piece, so 0.4 is my N, 0.5 is like my O, and 0.6 is P. You want to go ahead and start from wherever. I'm starting from 0.6, so hollow 0.6 by 1.3 centimeter, raise 0.5 by half a centimeter, and raise 0.4 by 1.8 centimeter. Again, I've put the measurements on the screen for you guys, so feel free to pause it and take a note of it, or take note of it rather. Now the next thing to do is to connect the points, and for this you need your French curve, and as you can see I'm also using my pencil first. I tend to use the pencil first just to make sure that I have the right curve, and there's a system of placing the curve. I don't know how to explain it, right? But then again, I'll slip a picture so you guys can see how to do it. Now, after checking with your pencil or tracing with your pencil and everything meets all right, you want to go in with your marker and then go ahead and do that. Well, you wouldn't be using a marker. I'm going in with my marker so that you guys can see the points that I've done. So again, like I said, refer to the picture as well if you get confused, and make sure you save this video. Go ahead and watch it, share with your friends and family. Now, after doing that, you want to go ahead and check the measurements that you've just taken, just to make sure that the measurements you've taken correspond with the measurement that you have for the circumference circumference. Sometimes it might be slightly bigger, but that's absolutely okay because your sleeves are supposed to be bigger. And if you want a video on how to sew the sleeves, I will also show you that. There's a system to sewing sleeves, right? Now this is what it looks like if you are doing a basic pattern, and at this point your pattern is done. Go ahead and cut out the pattern, and that's about it. However, I wanted to show you a more advanced pattern, something you could do if you were doing a blazer pattern, for instance. To take your pattern from an intermediate level to like an advanced level, the next thing you want to do is you want to extend point I by 0.5 centimeter. So point I is wherever you have the elbow ending on your back piece, right? Whatever you've labeled it as. Now after extending that, you want to label that as Q, and then you want to find, you know, the midpoint between the new line DQ. And the new line DQ for me is, you know, my elbow at the back with the extension. After finding the midpoint of the line, you want to label the midpoint as R, which is what I've done. Now from point Q, you want to go down or drop down by 2.5 centimeters, which is about 1 inch. And then the next thing is you want to label that as point S in this case. Now after labeling, you want to make sure that you draw a line from QR. Whatever line you draw from QR should be the same thing as RS, okay? So go ahead and draw the line RS as shown, and that's like your dot point where you have there. Now the next thing to do is to draw a line from point Q up onto the bicep, and this will be a bit of a slant line because remember that we extended point Q by 0.5 centimeters. Now that we have this point, then the next thing to do is to go ahead and mark, you know, where it ends on point RS. So point RS should be the same thing as point RQ. After marking where exactly S ends, the next thing you want to do is on the wrist line, you want to go in by 2 centimeters as shown. Now you want to connect that point. So go ahead and measure the line JH, and then you should have the same measurement from point ST. And point T, if you're wondering where T is where you went in by 2 centimeters at the wrist level. So now that we have point T and we've done that, you want to make sure again that JH is the same thing as ST, which is what I'm just doing, just confirming the measurement. Now from point T, you want to go ahead and measure your wrist measurement. Now the wrist measurement that you originally used, you're going to start marking from point T. And as you can see, it would extend beyond point H, which only makes sense because you already went in by 2 centimeters. Now once it extends, go ahead and extend it out, and then go ahead and connect that to point J as shown. Now you have your elbow dart and your pattern is literally all done. Cut your pattern out as shown, and you want to be careful around the dart area. If it helps, you want to go ahead and shape your dart using your tracing wheel, which is what I end up doing, and then go ahead and cut your pattern. This kind of sleeve pattern is absolutely great when you're making like a blazer, and it's really professional. But like I said, you're welcome to stop at the earlier stage if you wanted to, but this is an advanced elbow an advanced sleeve pattern with the elbow dart, right? Okie dokie guys, we are all done. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was worth your while. Leave your comments, suggestions and feedback in the comment section, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you share, and make sure you please spread the good news of my channel. Thank you, and I'll catch you soon.